Welcome to Foolproof Hunter. I'm Joe and I'm a bourbon lover. And today I'm going to go way outside my comfort zone and try some Islay Peated Scotch. This should be interesting. I'm actually very nervous, very anxious because I've actually never had a heavily peated Scotch. I think I'm in for a wild ride. So buckle up and let's see what I think about this peated Scotch. So let's get this thing poured up. So this is Ardbeg Uigeadail. This is an Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. This is peated. This is non-chill filtered, comes in at 108.4 proof. From what I understand, this is finished in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry cask. It comes in around $80–85 is what I paid for it. From what I understand, this is an experience to be had. So let's dive in and see what it's all about. I can smell it from here. I can literally smell it from here. Oh, I'm actually a little nervous. This is way outside my wheelhouse. On the nose. God, dog. I think I'm tearing up a little bit. That's unreal. That is ridiculous what that smells like. The best way I can describe it, I'm sure there's a lot more nuance to this, but the best way I can describe it, if I was sitting by a campfire and smelled the smoke coming off a campfire and someone handed me a big old thick piece of cooked, crispy bacon. And as I'm smelling that campfire, I'm chewing on that piece of bacon. This is smoky, savory, ever so slightly salty. I'm at a loss for words. I gotta get back into this. Oh, I'm a little nervous to try this. Wow, I could really see sitting down with this and really diving into it and experiencing it, right? This is a wild ride. You hear people talk about these different tasting notes and these different experiences when it comes to whiskeys, but you don't always believe it. And then when you finally try one, you're like, okay, well, I see a little bit of what they're talking about. This is a whole nother level. I can see now why they say this isn't one you should start with. So I'm assuming if I enjoy this, then I must like peated whiskey, right? All right, let me see if I can pull anything else out of the nose. I feel like once I kind of can get past that really intense smoke and savory notes, I feel like I can kind of get some of that sherry influence, like dark fruits, plums, maybe dates or something like that. All right, enough talk, enough smelling. Let's put this on the palate, see how this goes. I'm salivating, and I can tell my anxiety is up a little bit. Cheers. Okay. First and foremost, first sip of the day. This is 108 proof, so that proof hits you. I must say, that is rather enjoyable. I don't really know what I was expecting. I guess I was really, from smelling it, I was really expecting for this to just really just hit you and just keep hitting you and hitting you and hitting you. And don't get me wrong, on the first sip, you get that smokiness, you get that, I'm assuming that smokiness is the peat. You guys let me know in the comments if that's what that is. Again, I'm not used to Islay whiskey. Full disclosure, I used to be big into Scotch a while back, and I mean 10, 15 years ago. I would classify myself as a novice Scotch drinker, and back in those days, I would assume most of my Scotch was Highland based, right? So this is my first Islay, and definitely my first heavily peated. I will say that's rather enjoyable. It does hit you. It does hit you with a big wave of smoke, that peat. That savoriness, that bacon, but also, and the proof is there as well, but it also fades fairly nicely. My mouth is still salivating, so I'm assuming it's pretty oily, it's rich on the tongue, It coats very well. The finish is still going. I'm still getting that savory note on the back of the tongue. I'm still getting that smoke, of course, that dried fruit or dark fruit that I was mentioning on the nose is there. Possibly a raisin. It's a dark fruit, so it's like a raisin or a date or a plum or something like that. I am going to add a little water to this here in just a minute because I've been told to add some water to some of these overproof type whiskeys. So still very campfire-y, very savory, very and on that second sip towards the end of the finish, and as it lingers on, there's a slight vanilla there. Yeah, an ever so slightly saltiness, which kind of lends into that bacony, savory notes that are there. I am thoroughly impressed with this. If I stopped right here, I would say that I am rather enjoying this. This is really, I'm actually really happy because of the price point. So I'm actually very happy so far with what I'm tasting. This is really solid. I'm enjoying the heck out of this. I don't know what I was so worried about. All right, let's add a little bit of water and see if that changes things. Just a drop. This is not scientific. All right, let's try it. Oh yeah. I don't know what that proofs it down to, that, you know, whatever I added, but it takes that sting right away from the proof. You still get a slight smokiness, that savoriness is there. It kind of brings out a little more of that sherry finish, a little more of those fruits. Man, I have to say, that's super impressive. That's really good. I'd have to say I'm even more intrigued now with some of the other Islay whiskeys that are on the market. This has been a great experience. I've really enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this as well. Have you had this? Let me know down in the comments if you have or if you haven't. What do you think about it? What do you think I should try next when it comes to Islay whiskeys or any of the other Scotches or Irish whiskeys you think I should try? I'm really hoping to dive more into the world whiskeys and branch out from the bourbons. Yeah, this has been really great. I'm glad I did this. Like and subscribe. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. Really love to hit that. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this. Until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers. It's coming with me.